You want 5-star Airbnb reviews every single time? Here's the brutal truth most hosts don't want to hear. Your beautiful photos won't save you. Your amazing location won't save you. Even your spotless cleaning won't save you. Because guests don't review your property, they review the entire experience. Research shows that 68% of guests said communication influenced their likelihood to leave a positive review. That experience starts way before they arrive. There are specific touch points that map the entire guest journey from pre-booking to post-checkout. Overlooking even one can seriously impact your reviews. Let me show you exactly what they are and when they happen. First impressions shape everything that follows, and research shows these impressions begin the moment potential guests see your listing. Your listing photos and description are touch point number one, and this is where guests form their first impression of what you're like as a host. Most hosts focus on making their place look good in photos, but they miss the psychology behind what guests really want to see. Your main photo needs to show the exact feeling that guests will have when they show up. They need to know what they will experience. If your place is cozy, show them relaxing on your couch. If it's perfect for work, then show them the desk setup with the laptop open. In your description, don't just list what you have. Focus on the key shift from listing features to listing benefits. Instead of writing Wi-Fi available, write fast Wi-Fi for remote work. Instead of kitchen included, write full kitchen so you can cook your favorite meals. You're solving their problems before they even ask. Your response to their first message sets the tone for everything. Most hosts send boring confirmations, but smart hosts send helpful tips right away. Research shows that 40% of guests value local recommendations, which is why this approach works so well. When someone books, don't just say thanks for booking. Say, thanks for booking. Here are 3 restaurants within walking distance. And then list them with their addresses. When someone asks about parking, don't just say yes, parking's available. Send a photo and show them exactly where to park. Show them the entrance that they should use. Studies show that mid-stay communication improved ratings by up to 82% when guests felt communicated with. You can also send photos with every booking to remove some of the confusion. The booking confirmation message is touchpoint number 2, and this is where you start building trust before they arrive. So don't send the standard Airbnb message. Write your own. Welcome them by name, tell them you're excited to host them, give them your phone number, and let them know that you're available if they need anything. So here's what I include in every confirmation message: the exact address, my phone number, the closest grocery store with hours, where to park with a photo, which door to use with another photo, and the Wi-Fi password so that they have it already. And this can be automated, but it prevents hours of problems later. Guests who feel informed and welcome from the first interaction are 70% more likely to leave positive reviews, even when small issues happen during their stay. And when you feel taken care of, you focus on the good stuff. When you feel confused or ignored, you notice every little problem. But there's a critical window coming up that most hosts ignore completely. This is the secret window where great hosts separate themselves from average ones: the 48 hours before check-in. Guests are excited but also anxious during this time. They're wondering if they made the right choice, and they're planning their trip and they need reassurance. Here's the problem: most hosts go silent after booking confirmation. They think their job starts at check-in, but research shows that communication influences guests' likelihood to leave a positive review. You're missing a huge opportunity. Send a message 48 hours before arrival with 3 key elements. Include local restaurant recommendations, and they don't have to be fancy places. Places that locals like to go. I have restaurants in the area that I know are good, and so I send all of my guests to the places that I know. They don't always have to be fancy. Sometimes it's the little hole in the walls that have amazing food. Guests love finding these hidden gems. They feel like insiders. Include the exact check-in process with photos. Show them how the lock works. Show them which door to use. Show them where to park. Put yourself in their shoes and clear up any confusion that they might have on their journey. Tell them about the grocery store that's the closest. Tell them the hours. Tell them the Kroger down the street closes at midnight. Because nothing's worse than showing up hungry at 12:30 with nowhere to shop. If there's construction or road work nearby, then warn them about it. Give them your phone number and tell them that they can text you with any issues that they have. And this step prevents most check-in problems. You want to make sure that they have no confusion when they show up. If there's any sort of issue with the lock or them getting in or anything like that, they can always just send you a quick text. The night before they arrive, send one more message. Maybe give them a weather update or any last-minute helpful info. Keep it short and don't overwhelm them. Just a quick note to let them know that you're still there. When you do all this right, research shows that 40% of guests value recommendations from their host as contributing to a positive vacation rental experience. This communication pattern eliminates the anxiety that causes guests to nitpick everything during their stay. When guests feel taken care of, they focus on enjoying themselves instead of finding problems. I started doing this a couple years ago and my review scores went up immediately. Not because my place got better, but because guests felt better about their experience. They arrived relaxed. They knew what to expect. And they felt welcomed before they even walked in. But all this preparation means nothing if you mess up what happens next. Research suggests the first 15 minutes heavily influence guests' perception of their entire stay. And here's how to control it. Guests walk in tired, maybe stressed from travel, and they're looking for 3 things right away: where to put their stuff, how things work, and they want to feel safe. Most hosts think pretty and clean is enough, but guests need functional. They need obvious. They need foolproof. Put the welcome note on the kitchen counter and not the coffee table, and not by the door. The kitchen counter is probably the best spot. That's where everyone goes first. Guests always head straight to the kitchen. They want to put their stuff down. Maybe they want some water. They want to see what's available. So put a note there. Research shows that 44% of guests prefer mid-stay communication, which shows how much guests value clear information from their hosts. And in that note, tell them the Wi-Fi password, tell them how to work the TV, save them from fumbling around. Just keep it simple and let them know what might not be obvious in the home. Research shows that 38% of guests value essential amenities like phone chargers. So put phone chargers by every bed. And you don't need fancy ones, just cheap ones that won't upset you if they walk away. I buy basic chargers from Amazon, and they're usually pretty inexpensive. Guests mention these in the reviews all the time. Stock the basics they forget to pack: pain reliever, band-aids, coffee, shampoo. These aren't fancy amenities, these are necessities. I keep a basket in the bathroom, basic toiletries and travel sizes, and another basket in the kitchen with pain relievers and antacids and coffee pods. More than a fifth of guests reported missing essential information, which shows how important it is to anticipate their needs. Here's what happens when you get this right. When guests find everything they need without asking, they feel smart. They feel taken care of. And this positive feeling colors their entire stay. It shows up directly in their review language. They write things like thoughtful host and everything was perfect. The secret is removing friction. Every time a guest has to figure something out, that's friction. Every time they can't find something, that's friction. So remove the friction. Make everything obvious. Make everything easy. When you master these touch points, something powerful happens to how guests experience your entire property. The hosts who get consistent 5-star reviews understand this. Guests don't review your property, they review how you made them feel throughout their entire journey, from that first listing photo to the welcome note on your counter. Focus on these touch points in order. Master one before moving to the next, and you'll often see improvement within a month. I've seen it happen with my own listings. Tomorrow, audit your listing photo through the lens of guest needs. Research supports showing guests experience and not just decor. Then work on your pre-arrival messages. Small changes at each touch point create big results. Write better responses to booking inquiries. Send those 48-hour messages with local tips. So remember the central theme. Communication frequency drives satisfaction.